What's great with you today, man? Where your energy at? Today is Mental Wellness Mondays. If this your first time to the YouTube channel, Namaste T.H.U.G Wellness, I welcome you. I appreciate you. And if you enjoy the content, please share this with someone that you love. Subscribe. I would love to hear your comments in the comments down below. If you got a topic you want me to talk about, you can put it down below. If you have a topic you actually want to come on my live on YouTube and talk about, we can do that as well too. I'm open to the actually healing of mental wellness because of my mental wellness situation. Well, with that being said, Spirit led me this morning to speak about understanding a bipolar mind. Um, a bipolar mind is my bipolar mind is very sensitive. Um, you could say something to me, and depends on what my energy is, it could throw me in a downward spiral because now what you said might reflect the thoughts ruminating in my mind about kind of how I felt about myself anyway. Because most of the times somebody's a bipolar, especially bipolar two, it's a lower vibration. It's you not feeling good about yourself from the inside out. And it's like that lower vibration or that ego or that shadow is waiting for a low vibration energy to collaborate with and then draw it into you. So now you're feeling even worse about it, the situation. Um, and on the outside looking in, if you're dealing with a bipolar spouse, your kids might be bipolar, you might be bipolar. If you're trying to deal with them and help them, asking us a lot of questions isn't going to help. You saying what can what it is that you need, they don't know. So the best thing I could tell you to do is just sit there and hold the space and let them know that they are not alone. Validate how they feel. Like I understand that's how you feel. What can we do to help you feel another way? Or what thoughts can you entertain to to feel another way? Because when they're in that funk, they might be crying, might be having I mean, you can tell the energy it's a shift in that energy because one minute you're feeling super happy, and the next minute you're not. For whatever reason, you have no idea. Like you're minding your business, and you get blindsided by an emotion. And then a lot of times, let me pause on that for a second. A lot of times, we are empath and we're feeling the universal energy, and we're thinking that is ours. So you gotta be mindful of what you're feeling. Sometimes it's yours, and sometimes it's not. The universe could be choosing you to transcend this energy, become that spiritual alchemist and transmute that so-called dark energy into light energy. What does mean dark? Does mean lower vibration. We're not judging good or bad. It is showing the level of frequency that you're on. And once we recognize what frequency we're on, we can choose to stay in that lower vibration or raise up a lot higher. So with the bipolar mind, it's hmm, it's tricky because it's so used to a lower vibration. When you start feeling the higher vibration, it's gonna throw you something out there to bring you back to that lower thought, that lower process. I'm not enough. I don't deserve this. I don't belong. Anything based on fear. That's your survival instincts coming in because that survival part of you, it needs a lower vibration to continuously live. And sometimes subconsciously it can be doing things just to get a little snack off your energy and you don't recognize it. So a tool that I just discovered not too long ago, but I realized I would do is called mentalization. Mentalization is the ability to think about what you're thinking. I'm gonna say it again. Mentalization is the ability to think about what you're thinking. And then to take it a step further, it's not only thinking about how you're thinking, it's also how is that other person thinking. So there we go again, we're getting back into empathy of it. Not just looking at how you're thinking, but how is somebody else thinking. Now, when we're thinking about solely our thinking, that's mindfulness. But this is called mentalization, not only thinking about your thought, but thinking about somebody else's thought. Because when you're dealing with somebody with a bipolar mindset, like it's so easy to trigger them because our inner sensitivity is so It's like it's so open to certain things that's gonna kind of put us back in that spiral. So if they become sensitive, that's a particular sign that hey, they slightly being triggered. And most of sometimes we don't recognize a trigger because it's so sudden. It's so right there. So what I'm saying is before we get into our own feelings when we're dealing with our own bipolar mind, or we have somebody in our family or relationship, or it could be your child dealing with bipolar, take a step back and first of all, educate yourself about what bipolar is and what's going on the inside. And that will give you more of an empathetic approach of how you actually heal with that person or even within because we feel like we shouldn't be feeling this way. Don't shit on yourself. Love yourself unconditionally, regardless of what energy suit that you're wearing right now. Because just like clothes, we have different energy suits we put on. Sometimes we happy, sometimes we joyful, sometimes we miserable, sometimes we frustrated, sometimes we're irritated, sometimes we're bliss, sometimes we're calm, sometimes we're joyful. So these are all different energetic outfits that we put on this avatar from the inside out. And also when we look at mentalization, thinking about what I'm thinking about, that definitely helps you become aware. So now you're becoming the master of what thoughts get your awareness instead of a slave to whatever thought come up. It gets your awareness, and now you off telling the story. You're often involved in that story, and you don't want to feel that way. That's the thing about it. When we're going through our low states and we're feeling low, we're feeling even suicidal, we're feeling like we'll be better off if we're not here. When we feel that lower vibration, we have a disconnection with our higher self. That's a sign. It's not a sign to kill yourself. It's a time that you need to heal yourself from a certain level. And everything I feel like comes from the chakras. If you don't quite understand the chakras, you're not clear on it, go to my website, namastetthug.com. On the top tab, it says self evaluation. And it asks you certain questions by physical traits. Like if you're mainly sexually orientated, that could be your root chakra. Or if your mind is constantly running while you're trying to meditate, that's your crown chakra. If you're very inflexible, resisting pleasure, that could be your sacral chakra. So each chakra has a physical component that goes with it. So go to that website, namastetthug.com, and take that self eval, and that way you can see for yourself and evaluate what chakra need to be realigned. And once you realize that, you realize you're not that emotion. You're the person that's watching or becoming that observer of that energy emotion to learn how to shift it. And mentalization is a very wonderful tool to help you with your psychology. And then we go into a vibrational tool, which is Reiki, sound bowl therapy. You can do sound bowls, you can do the Tibetan bowl, you can do different frequencies, different hertz. All these are vibrational tools because on a vibrational level, we have a clogature of energy. So we're energy beings. So we have energy fluxing within us and all around of us, and all around of us, all around us. Excuse me, pardon me. Oh, releasing that energy. Must be telling the truth. We have different ways of showing that we're releasing or truth has been told. Me, I picked up this burping thing now. So when I'm in alignment, pardon my speaking the truth, burping just come out. So I apologize, but when you become enlightened and aware, you're more in tune with yourself. You see the subtle shifts and the way the universe will show you, validate what you got going on. Like Dick Gregory said, when the universe chooses you, you ain't got to worry about nobody else. Sometimes it's kind of lonely because sometimes you need time to do your studying and research and get your downloads. Yes, it's a time to associate and affiliate with people, but when spirit is pulling you back, putting you in, let's say, a class to learn more about you, because it's an inward journey. And understanding mental health, understanding anxiety, understanding how the mind works. First, we gotta understand what's going on. We gotta recognize and admit that we're in survival mode. And when we understand where survival mode puts us on an energetic level, is very fear based. To be on a higher level, on a higher vibration with clear chakras, energies, wheels are just running so clear and clean. It's like a fresh oil change, fresh tune up, a fresh alignment. Same thing with our chakras. Another vibration too is Reiki. Reiki is universal life force energy that helps comes in with a higher vibration and cleanse that denser vibration energy. It's a transformation energy from our hands that we are just the mediums that allow the energy to flow through us, and your body knows what it needs. It's a very intricate universe inside of us on an energetic level. The brain uses 3 watts of energy. So we have to stop looking at ourselves as only fleshly beings and see ourselves as energetic beings. We're energy. Where your energy at? Whatever we're thinking, the body gonna follow. So we want to use mentalization to think about our thinking, so that way, and also to pause and breathe. Cause we get caught up in the thought, like, Coach, how do I get out of that? Pause and breathe. And what I want to 4 times, you want to inhale for 4 seconds, you want to hold for 7 seconds, and you want to exhale for 8 seconds. Do that 4 times. And what this does is bring you back present. It gives you space from what you was thinking, and it gives you a chance not to actually respond and not react. And I want you to only breathe in your nose, out your. I'm gonna keep emphasizing this because when we breathe in our nose and out our nose as an everyday breathing tool, it keeps us aware because it's not natural, and it keeps us in a part of our brain, which is the prefrontal cortex, that allows us to survey the environment that we're around and recognize we're safe, we're out of harm's way. And when we become conscious and be aware of what thoughts are trying to get our awareness by mentalization, it can't just overcome us and take us over like that. So learn to think about what you're thinking. Don't allow those old patterns to come up and just ruin your life and take you where you don't want to go down. Old stories and old habits and old beliefs. Learn how to pause, learn how to breathe, learn how to challenge those negative thoughts. Don't just allow them access to your awareness. Challenge them. Ask them, where's your validity? What proof do you have? Not based on your thinking, but based on actually what's truly going on. So come from behind that illusion of you're not enough. Come from behind that illusion that you're broken. Come from behind that illusion that you don't deserve this and you don't deserve to be here. All of those are illusions. And once we have the antidote, which is having vibrational tools, having social environment that we can go into and be our true selves, that we can actually share what I'm thinking without being judged, criticized, or ridiculed, to actually now realign me with my thinking. Because sometimes we have distorted thinking. And if we have somebody that we have enough love, trust, and confidence in, and we actually can tell them what my lower vibration wants me to believe and express just to them, they can help you out of that. I realize that, okay, I see what you're saying, but in reality, that's not what's going on out here. So that way you can re reframe your perception on how you're actually looking at life through that traumatized lens or traumatized glasses. If I got glasses on, it's all trauma. I'm seeing life through a traumatized view. So if I'm in a traumatized energy, I'm looking at life through that energy. To learn mentalization is to think about what you're thinking about. Learn how to challenge your negative thoughts so they just don't have free access to your awareness. And the third thing is pause, take 4 rounds of 4 second inhale, 7 second hold, 8 second exhale. Breathing through our nostril. And that helps bring you back to this present moment. So helping you understand how to deal with a bipolar brain with these different tools and tactics that I use on myself and my clients. And the more we use them, the more they begin to work, the more they become comfortable. So I'm not saying stop taking your meds. I'm not saying that. I'm saying before you run for your medication, try this breathing technique. Try this challenge your negative thoughts technique. And trying just to sit and just be. We can sit with our thoughts. I'm gonna keep repeating this. It lasts about 4 to 5 minutes. If we don't judge it, we don't criticize it, and we don't get caught up in that emotion, it will pass. Learn to trust yourself. Learn to connect with your source. I'm just a tool for a universe to use to pass through information. It's up to you to utilize it and to gain the wisdom from it. With that being said, namaste. Your wellness is your breath. Peace.